It's Scopo, Mickey, Nico, Locusi, Johnny, Gators, and Mussolini, Hannibal, Liz, and this party. Red Nana, Red Tsunami, Red Creeks, and a Red Ferrari, Red Clay, Red Ranger Bodies, Medical, and Axabani, Yaya, bless. They call me Mr. Manifest. You fellas screaming out the chest. I got this technique better. I found my destination through a red light. Rock your soul through the daylight. Hot jump going crazy, right? Nazi going crazy, right up, man, fight. I'm purple haze through the night. I'm thinking chili out of spite. I'm making soup for the slice. I'm speaking Alabama cream. I'm Southland going through the streets. I got ready to time of day. Cousy King is out of ranges. Kusa, Kusa. I'm talking, they call me Nico Tussanui. Honk a flame like a dude. In the field, such a core. And I got some fun.
Good evening, everyone. First name's Doni, last name's Glover, in it to win it for the long haul, baby. I hope that you are well. It's been a very exciting day here in the city of Baltimore in terms of politics. Might as well throw in Baltimore County. But from an indigenous perspective, tonight's show, the first thing that I have to acknowledge is the last show. Remember Who You Are Indigenous series on the last show got 9,566 views. 9,566 people showed up. And everybody wanted to ask the same question. Where did we actually come from? Are we Moors? Are we Hebrews? Are we indigenous? Are we all three intertwined? I was listening to a rap song earlier today. I think it was Mozzie, and I'm very new. Some of the new names, I'm very much old school, but there was a line in there where he said essentially that we have African blood. And I'm not here to prove or disprove. But as I was listening to it, I couldn't help but think about this show and this series, and where the lyrics talked about a proud connection to Africa. Increasingly, day by day, I'm more and more proud of here, of American. I think about some of the people in the chat who are much more versed than I, like Tahonga, people who have fully embraced their indigeneity, who have clothing and stories that I just don't have at the present. But I can feel, and I think we all feel and can sense the connection. It's much more than what we have been told many of us, most of us, many of us growing up. Where did we actually come from? So there were a number of comments too. Brian Watson, he wrote, "Everyone knows who we are but us." That'll grab you. Brother, 11 people liked that comment within 3 days. But it wasn't just the 11 who clicked. It was like 9,000 multiplied exponentially, because everybody who sat through that show, it appears they felt exactly the same thing. The Freedmen Rolls, Walter Plecker. People know these stories. These names are resonating. We're learning these names and understanding these names. We're relearning American history. We're relearning American history. Even down to Mount Rushmore. And I don't know how true it is, but I think I came across some information saying that there were other faces on Mount Rushmore before the colonizers got their hands on it. So that's a part of the comment stream. Dentry Brown, who told us your ancestors traced to Columbus, Mississippi, Anderson, South Carolina on your mother's side, the bayous of Millsville, Louisiana. Shout out to the Big Easy. On your father's side, you just described the geography, Dentry, of survival. Those aren't random towns. Those are waypoints. And let me get to Hannibal. Hannibal has just been a wealth, a library of information. I have seen it on the show. I've experienced it on the phone where people are asking him about their family names. I ran across a situation today where I ran into a person who has a similar family name, Gant. And I'm related to some Gants in Brooklyn, New York. And the only difference was one letter T. But Hannibal helped us to understand how that came about. And it's pretty damn simple to understand. It was often spelled phonetically. And as people migrated, as memories faded, as connections got disconnected, it's easy for there to be someone with the name Gant, G-A-N-T, and another with G-A-N-T-T, but they still from the same bloodline. And that's what Hannibal has helped us to understand. And so these towns like Columbus, Mississippi, Anderson, South Carolina, these are waypoints, places where indigenous people were classified, reclassified, redocumented, redistributed across a landscape that was being legally reorganized to erase them. And I tell you something else that came to me today. All of this talk by descendants of colonizers, that's the truth. You are. It's okay. It's okay. Descendants of colonizers telling someone else, you're here illegally. That shit's funny. Making up laws like possession. What is it? Possession is 2/3, 4/5, something like that. It's all in who's telling the story. It's all in who won the war, because they get to tell the story. And obviously, we didn't win the war. We got colonized. We are descendants of prisoners of war in many instances. The African slave trade, sure, it did happen. How much it happened here in North America is highly debatable, much more than we understood collectively 30, 40 years ago. And the young people, big ups to the 35 and under crew for pushing the ball down the court even farther. There's another comment. American Indian me. You shared something that stopped us cold. Your fifth great-grandmother, unknown by name but known by lineage, related to Chief Tecumseh, born 1815 in Illinois, and then your third great-grandfather, Henry Harrison Holmes, born 1846 in Missouri, classified at various points as black, white, mulatto, and Indian. Classified at various points as black, white, mulatto, and Indian. The same person. The same person has been referred to as black, as white, as mulatto, and as Indian. Had a Freedmen Roll number. And you know that he had a slave. Let's sit on that for a second. Because that's the complexity, that one man carrying all of those classifications simultaneously, that is not an anomaly. Just like when I met this lady, Dr. Helen, she led the sit-ins here in Baltimore. I never had a person tell me, I guess I was about 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I never had a person tell me, or maybe I wasn't listening. She said, I do not have a history of slavery in my family. And she could trace her roots back to England, she told me. That stuck with me. I'll never forget it. Because that's not the story we hear. We see roots, Kunta Kinte, Chicken George, Kizzy, Fiddler, Toby. That's what's been imprinted in our minds. Not the story of grandma's land down in Fairfax County, grandpa's land in Halifax. We don't talk about Hightower, but we do on this show. Can't wait to get to our panel. To Philip Guidry, you reached out wanting to be a guest, and I hear you. You said your mother's people are Choctaw from Louisiana. Your father's people are Black French from Lafayette. You said you spent 5 years deep in research, and you have intel our people need to hear. Philip, we're going to make that happen because Louisiana is one of the most important places. Did you know that Louisiana had more rich melanated people than any other state? Because there was a certain freedom that people enjoyed there that the rest of the melanated people elsewhere did not. Doris Osby, your ancestry alone could anchor an entire episode. Ghana and Native American Seminole on your mother's side. Black Indians, Woodland Creek, Nigeria, Ghana, through Jamaica with the Taino roots on your father's side. Your family's corridor running through the southwest Georgia, southwest corner of Georgia and Florida. And you said the Unbroken was sung at your family table every week as a child. Now, y'all got to tell me about the Unbroken. And you didn't even know the words, but the melody stayed with you. Sister, that is memory. That is oral tradition doing what it was built to do, carrying truth across generations. Kind of like that song, Black Butterfly, Fly Across the Water. Carrying truth across generations, even when the swords tried to kill us and the ropes tried to hang us. Still soared like an eagle through the sky. Bossy Baker, you said you want to be Hannibal. You said your family needs his help. You're in Detroit. Well, Hannibal James is right here. Hannibal, want the audience to understand that this man brings a lot to this panel. He's not just a researcher. He's not just a decoder. He is our resident expert, and he's good at what he does. I have tested the waters. I've sent people to him, especially the Bass family. I don't know what it is about the Bass family, but we got a pretty big family. But Hannibal got a big family too. Well, without further ado, let's get on to the get down. Hannibal James, come on down. You're the next contestant on Remember Who You Are.
Yes, sir. Hey, what up, though, Donnie?
What up, though, Hannibal?
Ain't not much. What up with y'all?
How was the intro?
Oh, it was great. It was great. I appreciate you, Donnie.
Flattery will get you everything.
Yes, sir.
There's my man, Brother Sweet Stuff Sam. Hey, Sam, on the corner today.
Hey, now.
Got to play.
No,
You don't
player.
remember that, do you?
Appreciate you, Donnie. Hey, what player is that?
Hey, now.
that brother Sam, he's on the corner today, gotta play, gotta trade, so I can go off and lay. You don't know about that, do you, Hannibal?
That's before my time, I think.
Scared of revolution. I don't want to say the N-word.
We talking about Gil Scott here?
You close. On the subway, I dug the dude digging on me, but the dude was hung up in a massive confusion as to who I was. He thought he was trying to see who's that planet.
Last Poets.
You know it, brother. The legendary Last Poets. I met one of them cats once, man. Suleiman.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, back in the day, Hannibal, it was Gil Scott Hearn. I think he was
Poets.
Yeah, Last Poets New York, and then the Watts Prophets. I never got to hear much about the Watts Prophets, but they were out in LA. Did you remember the Watts Prophets planet?
Yeah. And what's his name? Guylin Kane and the Blue Gorilla.
Oh, that was another group?
Mm-hmm.
I imagine there were some strong groups. Those were the rap groups of the 60s, for real.
Yeah, I got a chance to go to Watts when I was, about 18, 19. So I was, that was back in 92. So I got
Hey, man, look, I'm supposed to be saying congratulations, man. Y'all did one hell of a show there, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
You see all of them people tuned into you, Planet?
Much love to everybody. We pass the information, and then we got people that's able to voice their opinion, you know what I'm saying? And we address their opinions here, and then we able to share what we studying and keeping the knowledge of our ancestors alive by sharing what we study, especially, like with me, I'm constantly trying to figure out something and study. And like today I'm studying tribes in Michigan. There's a tribe here called the Mississauga. So it's spelled like Mississi, Missississauga. Same thing like Mississippi. And I'm noticing that the word Mishi, or that prefix in the beginning, means great. And
let me ask you this. Is there any connection between Shaniqua, one name often used to stereotype urban Black females, and indigenous culture?
It may be. You know what I'm saying? I think that when we look at prefixes and root words, we can study that. But I know that prefix or the SHA got something to do with like indigenous, languages, that Sha. And then I don't know, I'm not sure about the Neek, but it may be, I know Nishi is something, like with the Choctaw, like Nishie, so it may be like how words change, like you said, how certain letters can be interchanged into certain times, and certain dialects pick it up over time in certain regions, like how you got Louisiana is different from Alabama and different from Detroit and Baltimore,
Our people are very creative when it comes to names.
Oh, yeah.
If you're going to get creative, think about the impact on your child. That's all I'm saying.
I was looking at like old names, some talking about like words like Lula May, and then words like them old names, like the word May and Lula, them like indigenous words, and like Mahalia and stuff like that. I know for sure those is like Muskogee words.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, how you doing?
Man, much love to the people in the chat. Man, the comments last show, man. Big ups. Big Ma Baby, Regina Harris, Michelle Grushin, Kiba, my man, Michael Randolph, down in Florida by way of Sandtown. Big Ma Baby, Kiba, the Empress Ra, LJ, Dago, Lindell Jefferson, Akamaki, Amerindian Tailoff. Night Crave. What up, Night Crave? Awanasa. Lot of love in the chat there, Hannibal.
Yes, yeah. I see someone say that cousin ain't Chiquita. You know, I think that's like more like Spanish, like that Q-U-E. The Q-U-I is like a K. I think that's more, a Q-U-E is key and Q-U-E is K. And I think that's more his Spanish or Latin. You know how I say that word.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere I go, man, I don't know if it's that my internet DNA is all out there, but I just come across so many clips, YouTubes, Facebook, TikTok. Well, not TikTok just yet, not Instagram thus far, because I'm not. I put stuff there, but I don't really spend time there. But Facebook, I watch them cats. But increasingly, people are talking about indigenous roots, their indigeneity, about land treaties, about their family's name, about the stories their grandparents and great-grandparents told them about the land, about the treaties you often talk about. I'm seeing this conversation more and more commonplace. The cat is out the bag.
Right. You know, I think like you started off, like you said something about that Bass family. And it's a lot of these families like the Bass, the Chavezes, the Harrises, the Goins, the Andersons, the Mitchells, the Evanses, the Manuels, it's a whole bunch of, it's a whole Oxidines, and it's a whole bunch of these families, and they know that they got indigenous roots, and you know, but they've been fighting for years to be recognized, you know. So a lot of this information is people been doing the research out here. These families is out here. They've been doing lectures on a university level. You get what I mean? So the information has been out here for years. You get what I mean?
I know, but if it's new to you, I can imagine this can be scary. Yeah, and I also can imagine, because we have all come across that person, when you ask them, do you have Indian in your family? They'll stop. It's invariable. They just stop. Yeah. It's like you've just got them at a moment in time. They like, you see the light bulb flickering, like it wants to come on, but we've been fed so much programming, we don't know who we are.
Right. It's
and we're ashamed. Or we've forgotten, or we've given up, or we quit, or we don't care, or we think it doesn't matter. Am I lying, Planet?
No.
It just takes a generation or two, you know, to forget, you know, what becomes more important, or what occupies their time, you know. That be it. We're remembering who we are. That's correct. You know, I remember my mother and father was talking about being indigenous, you know, especially my mother said her father or her her father was. Mm-hmm. But I know that from the record that my grandfather was born in Oklahoma in 1889. My great grandfather was, you know. So, but his father was born in North Carolina before then. So evidently I had to research how he got from North Carolina to Oklahoma. That's on my mother's side. But my father's side is indigenous from like Alabama. So,
mm-hmm. You know, the other thing is that most people, myself included, the first Native American I saw was on TV. Right? Mm-hmm. So those images that was portrayed for all of those many years implants into a person's psyche that that's what an Indian is, and therefore I'm not that.
Right. That last comment, could you bring that last comment back up? Let me see. My great grandmother dated Cherokee. What to say?
Cherokee Bill. And I think it's Maggie Glass.
So my cousin name is Tanya Glass, and she's kin to.
I think you relate to everybody.
Oh yeah,
you relate to any Glovers. Come on, just call me cousin. Get it over with.
I know for sure that we found the Cherokee glasses connected to my cousin Tanya Glass. You know,
your cousin who?
Her name is Tanya Glass. So I know that she got an ancestor named Tim Glass and stuff like that, and he's connected to the Cherokee via Alabama. Her name Tanya.
Yeah, I heard you.
Where is that image that's on the screen from?
It's a museum out in California.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like Karimio who posted that.
Okay, yeah, I see. Mm-hmm.
We don't get to see
this.
this.
Amazing, exactly.
And this is the prototype. The what do you call that around his waist? The feathers around his waist.
But we've seen that before in the past. We've seen the old what's the old tobacco Indian?
Yes.
You know,
well,
showed Poet Time, the first tobacco Indian. It was a black man. You know, they never really hid it. You know, I think in the beginning they didn't hide it. I think over the centuries, as time passed, you had certain groups of people that tried to hide it.
Well, when Hollywood got a hold of it,
right,
and the impact of motion pictures on people is tremendous. Tremendous. That's why they call motion pictures larger than life.
Yeah. I think what they call them, like not steel prints. I forgot they call these not tin types.
Or the daguerreotypes.
Yeah, these type of, when they showed the Native Americans back in the days, it was some type of print they called
sepia tone. I guess that's daguerreotype, I think is what it's called. But anyway, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but all of them were looking like us. They were all colored.
Mm-hmm.
Every last picture of someone indigenous was colored.
Mm-hmm.
And don't laugh at me, but it took me a while to understand copper. I had to ask, am I copper?
Yeah.
Color?
Yeah, that made me think when I was in the kindergarten. It's funny, but the teacher asked what color we is. She got to everybody was like they brown and stuff. She got to me, I said I was orange. You know, it's like one. You know,
so that previous picture was San Diego Fort Museum in Acapulco, Mexico.
Okay.
San Diego Fort Museum, Acapulco, Mexico.
You know, that's what they call it, Baja California. When you get like, when you go from California down south, that's still California.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is San Diego, Mexico.
Got it.
I would love to go there.
Yes,
specifically there. I want to go see them pyramids in Mexico too. I think that's my next world trip.
Mm-hmm. No,
and if you got a passport, use it. Go on a
powerful.
Trip. If you're over 50 and you've been waiting, and stop waiting. Get the damn ticket now and go.
You know what? You can get in your car and just drive here. Here's some wonderful places here. You know, just leave outside your state and travel. Some great places here.
My grandfather's name was Austin Glass Cherokee.
And that's another thing, you know, it's a lot of surnames. What I mean, surnames, last names attached to different nations. You may have a last name that's attached to the nations. Like that Bass surname, that's one of the foundations of several tribes, like the Nesmans and them Lumbees and them Cherus and stuff like that. And other tribes along the Carolinas, Tuscaroras.
French wee in the hospital, man. Send her your blessings, planet.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. 100%. With the flu, okay. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Get well soon.
Absolutely. 100%.
Y'all down with the ginger, the lemon, and the honey?
Yeah. I'm not down, like, once you get sick, taking like vitamin C, orange juice and stuff like that. That just make you sicker.
Orange juice ain't nothing but sugar, I thought.
Some people take vitamin C tablets. That just make you sicker. Like when you get a cold or whatever, it just makes it come on even that much heavier. You know, but I am a fan of like ginger and what do you remember, the hot toddies?
Mm-hmm.
Grandma had that bottle of rock candy come around when you get sick. in the old pint.
What the hell was? Yeah, I remember something called rock gut. What the hell was rock gut?
Rock candy. Candy with some honey or molasses in there, planted with some liquor. And probably some other stuff. Them old people believed on it. They laid me out one day, prayed over me.
Yeah.
Make you drink a cap or something.
Throw some Vicks on your
drink that, boy.
The turpentine.
I never did no damn turpentine. My best friend had to eat a spoonful of olive oil.
Olive oil ain't bad.
No, it ain't.
Get your bitters.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some earlier members of Chief's Warhorse tribe.
Well, there you go, Hannibal.
Willingly or unwillingly. Okay. There's a couple of people from like the Choctaw I know about. I know about a guy named James Logan Colbert from the Colbert families. I talk about those people. And when you talk about Colberts, you're talking about the Jeffersons, Thomas Jefferson's wife and her family and stuff like that. I know that that the Choctaw were like some of them, the ones that sided with the European, were like slave catchers. But like far as my knowledge on really too much in depth, I'm not too in depth on the history, but I do know it's a lot of, when you say Choctaw, Chatah, I know that's the Black Choctaws, and I know that Choctaw is those that's affiliated with the Europeans. I know about that much. I think that's where I'm at with it gravely. Could you explain a little bit more for me on what you know? That nasty castor oil.
Yeah, that's the truth, though.
Yeah, castor oil, Father John. Yeah. But that stuff worked. That castor oil, especially being in a cold climate, that castor oil kind of coats your insides. And if you do get a cold, it kind of rolls off. You know, it don't hurt when you cough in this cold weather up here.
Right. Yeah. Turmeric. Yeah, that's a winner.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like we know, you get what I mean? And we just got to just keep on telling it and keep on passing it to the youth, you know?
Exactly.
The things that the ancestors did. But we can get on some indigenous things. I know, like, first of all, like, far as our people, we can find a lot of our information with the free people of color, you know? Let's go back to that point. You know, you had a lot of people that was in Virginia and Maryland and North Carolina that was called free people of color. As far as genealogy and history is concerned, we call them FPOC, free people of color. And a lot of these people were free because their mother was free. And a lot of times your mother was free because she was indigenous. And so a lot of these people like the Harris family and the Gibson family, they could trace their history back to an indigenous woman from the Nesman tribe named Elizabeth. They call it Elizabeth Chavez. So if anybody know about that Chavez or Chavez name, that's a Moorish name that's coming over. You get what I mean? So it was contact there in the beginning long ago.
You okay with that definition, or we take out African descent?
Free people of color were individuals of African descent. I say that you gotta be more. You gotta explain a little bit more. Like I said, the mother was free. So usually the mother was free because she was indigenous in the early days. You know, a lot of time we talk about manumissions. We talk about late 1600s, early 1700s when we talk about manumitting. That means freeing someone and giving them freedom. You know, but that, you know, they was established and things was becoming what it is in the beginning. I see somebody came into the chat. Hey, what up, though? How you doing there, Tavis?
All right, now, how y'all doing today?
Hey, good.
I got invited into the group chat today, and I have a few minutes, so I figured I'd hop on and say peace.
Excellent.
Peace. How you doing tonight? What up, though, Corey?
We gonna get them in a second. You got cut. Tavis, I know you in school. First of all, congratulations, Tavis, on the school piece. What school are you in?
University of Penn.
And what is this what degree you working on?
So I'm in a cohort for statistics and data analytics. And so what that means is that I am developing a research question and proposal, and then organizing an academic partner to do a 1-year pilot research program. And my pitch is on the misclassification of indigenous peoples of the East Coast of the United States. So thank you very much.
For those that don't know,
Excellent.
Tavis and I have been doing shows on this topic. How many years now, Tavis?
At least 7. At least
7 years. At least 7 years. And he's proof positive that we are not new to this. We are true to this. Tell them about your mom.
Well, my mom's is the reason why I'm doing this, of course. My mother is an educator for over 35 years. Me and her started the nonprofit Indigenous Education back in 2010. Started off small doing community cleanups, and we've grown to doing youth programs, workshops, presentations, a television show that airs in New York, Philadelphia, DC, and San Francisco, radio show, Save Our Ancestors, Indigenous Radio. And now that I'm in school and developing this research, we're going to be getting in. I think we're going to start a new business for that, but we're going to get into the business of changing the public narrative from a policy perspective, so that these conversations like the one that you allow us to have on your platform about our history as a melanated community of indigenous peoples, we can start to see and affect the policy decisions of these communities, recognizing that as indigenous peoples, we're autonomous. And so we are 100% about developing our community and our governance. With that being said, it would be great if, policies would reflect some morals and ethics. And so that's what we're trying to do.
What's your website, Tavis?
indedu.org. We actually host workshops, online workshops on Tuesdays, both history and law. And and then we got a couple of books revealing America's dark-skinned past.
Okay, let me get your link up there for you. But we started this 7 years or so ago. That's the website, indedu.org, right?
Yes, it is.
That is. Any final thoughts? I know you're busy. Thank you for taking time out. Hey guys, we could not get him none last semester. He was deep in the books, and so we're really fortunate to have him. Seriously, Hannibal, this cat, he and his mom's, man, back 7 years ago.
I'm aware of his work. You have videos on YouTube, right?
Absolutely.
Yes. Thank y'all very much.
Yeah.
And I must acknowledge, Don called me and I said, I was literally talking about you. I have my 18-year-old son now, so picking him up from school, actually picking him up from work, and talking about going to Morgan State. And so being able to know that, oh man, you know what? I got a partner down there. You're going to be all right. That's what's up. And that's what the family is about. That's what community is. And I appreciate Don for allowing us to have a platform so that we could start to build our community again. I appreciate you.
Well, big ups to all of the work you've been doing in Philadelphia, making people aware and keeping me straight. So thank you.
We have some really big announcements coming up that East Coast communities as a collective will be able to participate in. And so as things finalize in the next few weeks, I hope that me and you can sit down and share with the community and grow some more. And after the semester is over, I definitely will be looking forward to jumping on and being more communicative, but also to listen to the group, because we all have been dropping knowledge. I've been checking y'all out, and I appreciate each one of you that's on this platform now. And if I'm not mistaken, there's a couple people missing. And so that's what's up.
All right, well, I got to ask you this one thing. I'm not going to let you slide. Here's your pop quiz. Tell us one thing you learned in school thus far.
I learned mapping. And so for those that don't know, mapping is the research term for taking maps of, from any kind of map. A lot of mapping is used to find redlining. And I'm sure most of the community is aware of redlining, where they would draw out communities that colored and melanated people weren't allowed to go into. And so mapping is a way for us to analyze and then show cause for ramifications, repercussions, and other realities of certain aspects. And so think about it like this. I said, okay, I can map something for y'all. I'm gonna map the East Coast indigenous population. So here's a 1600s map of the East Coast indigenous population. Now I'm gonna map the 1800 colored population. Well, first, before I map that, let me map to you the 1700 slave population. Now, they the same map. It's the same population is being occupied by the East Coast indigenous peoples. Now in 1700s, they call slaves. Well, in the 1800s, I'm gonna map them again, but now they're called colored. Same exact location. So now I'm gonna map them in 1900. Y'all calling them Negroes now. Same exact geographical location. Now I'm gonna map them in 2020. Y'all calling these people African Americans, but they still in the same exact space. So that's one way I'm taking what I've learned as far as research data and then verifying our claims as a community, but showing cause for why data is data driven now. It's not us, right? It's their stuff. So that's one way.
Wow, but yeah, that's really great. Now I've seen you, your shows on YouTube, and I just want to say that uh, other than the information, which is vital and clear, you and your mother are extremely elegant and just wonder, the gracious, quality of the link to divine grace you have and you project it.
Don't let that smooth taste fool you. Don't let her give you that look. She'll give you that look, boy. She got a look that will cut like a razor blade. Don't be on the side to get that. And we got poor my man, and he's working his business. He's taking time from the clock. Corey, all the way from New Orleans, Louisiana, my main apple, Scrapple. How you doing, sir?
Doing good. What you say, Donnie?
What up, though, Corey?
All right. What's up with y'all?
If y'all down in New Orleans and you go through the French Quarter, you got to go to his restaurant, Two Fat Vegans, and you got to get a bowl of the vegan gumbo. It will blow your mind.
Yes, sir. Vegan gumbo, hot sauces, cheese, jambalaya. Man, we got, you name it, we got it.
Excellent.
Thank you, Tavis. So, Corey, what you been doing down there?
Down there grinding, brother. You know what? We over here making it happen. Just this week, we got an award from the city. And Google, top 10 restaurants in New Orleans. Right? If you can see, I got just a little burger diner. Right? Everybody else on the award, the other people in this 10 was white tablecloths, fine dining restaurants.
Mm.
I only been open a year. Best in New Orleans, not best vegan, best restaurant
Yes, sir.
Excellent.
in New Orleans. And if you know New Orleans, it's a couple thousand restaurants.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So to be in the top 10, I only been open a year. I can't lie, it really was good. A good, you know, when you got your head down and grinding, you're not looking for any props or nothing like that. I know nobody to tell you, hey, you're doing a good job. We just keep trying to do what we do. And like I said, it feels good to be recognized for it for sure. And Donnie, you know how we do. We don't do it by ourselves. We always have a team. This is one of the guys that helped make it happen.
Welcome to Too Fat. Hey, everybody.
Hey,
Hey,
now.
what up, good man? How you doing, huh?
Pleasure, pleasure.
It's a
So-
pleasure. It's an honor.
So we got him. I got the other guys back here working as well.
How many people you got working for you, man?
I got about 5 or 6.
Mhm.
How many people can employ 5 people, Hannibal?
I can't
It's
afford
another-
5 man. Not that many.
Not
They say
many.
My good cousin right here, my little cousin. He my night manager.
I met
Around
him.
that night to talk with.
I met him before.
Yeah, you met him before. Yeah.
What's up, man?
So
All right.
we back here grinding, brother, and you know, the good thing about that award is it's not like a committee of people who you might know, say, oh yeah, I know this guy, I like this guy. It's not that. It's actually the people,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
So you have a award that's coming from reviews on Google. And look, I heard y'all talking about Indigenous. I'm gonna show you my man. He's showing y'all the suit, the Indian suit.
We teach
Yeah.
history here too.
There
We
you go.
definitely teach history about Mardi Gras.
That's right.
Culture. You want to learn the culture about the
Yeah.
Indians? You want to learn how to be a Too Fat dancer, vegan dancer? Come out there.
Yeah.
There
I'm
you
coming
go.
down there to holler at you for sure. Y'all got Congo
we
Square
teach
down
all
there.
about the Indians and what's going on.
Yeah.
Look, we always have good musicians coming through here. And this my man right here, Slim. He's one of the nephews of the Neville.
Whoa, what's up?
Oh,
Yeah,
hey
Hello.
now. Hey
We
now.
talking to the people. If you know the Neville brothers, it's one of the
Yeah,
This is one
and
of my best fucking friends right here, bro.
we on
Yeah.
live. Sorry about that. Oh yeah, look at my man. Yeah, he my man. We always have musicians coming in, and you know what I mean.
I know
We
it.
always doing something better.
yeah.
So you got the people in here. Yes. So the people, they enjoy the food. Yeah, look, you have the customer.
Hell yeah, you did. That was delicious.
All right.
Yeah, you heard
Excellent.
that. So you hear
Excellent.
from the people. And as you can see on our walls, you know, we honor all our people, all our legends. We got
Mhm.
Beef, we got Fox, we got all of the artists that you could think of
Yes, sir.
that Bob. And some of these are local artists. You see that Marvin Gaye? Awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we got a couple more. I can show you Miles Davis, Eric B, Lauren Hill. This is one of the Mardi Gras Indian costumes. This is when they got the whole thing on,
Yeah.
right? Mardi Gras. And of course we got your boy Big Daddy Kane and the Beasties on there, Beastie Boys. So we play a lot of music. We got a lot of music going on out here. We're in the French Quarter. Right, that building right there across the street from me is actually the Jazz Museum.
Oh man.
So we out here on the corner with the Jazz Museum.
Tell me about that place. What's it called? Slave Circle?
No, actually,
Congo Square.
Congo Square.
brother.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
actually, right down here,
that spot.
actually, right down here on the corner. If any of y'all seen 12 Years a Slave, that's when you walk down to that corner. That's actually where they
Filmed.
where they sold. Got that film. That's actually where they sold him at.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is where they sold and brought him at. Anyway,
See,
they didn't show that in the movie, but
that's the realness y'all got down there in Louisiana and
Yeah,
New Orleans.
yeah.
Y'all got
That's right.
y'all
That
got the
was
history of
camp
what
down
actually
there.
happened.
And
You
tell
know.
about that Mississippi River.
Oh yeah. That's the super highway You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
American superhighway always been since the Indians. That's how goods and services went all up and down the whole country before the Europeans got here. The Indians used it, and you know we the Indians, so that was our highway. So now it's still used the same way. Goods come in and out. New Orleans is a big port city. It's a major point right before you go into the Gulf of Mexico and stuff, which is now the Gulf of America. So you
And
know
when
what
I
I
was
mean?
last there, you took me over to Treme.
Oh yeah, Treme is one of the oldest black communities in the
Yeah.
country. You
Old
know.
boy still be barbecuing down there. They had that show. He'd be barbecuing outside doing the jazz.
Oh man, that's every day. You know that's all they do down here is cook.
Yes, sir.
You can't walk 2 feet without getting some food or hearing some music.
Mm.
So you know,
Hannibal, you ever had the bayonets? The bayonets bayonets?
the bayonets where.
Oh, you talking about that pastry, the
The
beignet?
morning
Oh, you
pastry.
talking about the beignet?
Beignets,
I
okay.
never
The
been to
beignet. I
Louisiana.
tell you what,
Gang.
there's a brother down the street that I want to introduce you to, Donnie. He's making something now. It's called a classes. It's made from corn. The Africans brought it over when they came. It's older than the beignet, and it's supposed to be so good. Once you eat it, you ain't gonna want a beignet no more. So it's been in the city long. He's actually bringing it back. It was heavy in the city. It was a huge thing, and then it went away back in those days. But he's bringing that back now. And he said once you have it, you won't want a beignet. Of course, I haven't had it yet because I'm waiting on him to whip up a vegan one. He said he got me. So when
And
he
look
whip up a
here,
vegan one, we'll get
when
it.
I was there, you made a vegan, you served me a vegan hot dog and a vegan hamburger too, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I got chili dogs, I got hot sausage, I got all kind of stuff, burgers. Like I say, gumbo, jambalaya. First, take my man. Yeah, so we got a little bit of everything. You know what I mean? If you hungry, we got something for you.
I know that's right.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
New Orleans style. How they say, you heard me?
Yeah.
Style, you heard me?
So could you tell our audience more about them the Indians down there in New Orleans?
Oh yeah, man. You know, it is a culture. That's just big into the culture. The Mardi Gras Indians. They have a whole thing. You would have to see them perform. How they actually go through all the rituals. That every year it's the same thing. You know, we just went through it. Mardi Gras. Of course, it's just past Tuesday. So we just went through all of that. Come catch this one first. I'm gonna let him take this order and I'm gonna move around. So, you know, we just went through all of that stuff. I show you this is what they call the Indians call a spy boy. I don't know if you ever seen that before. See that? Okay, so his job is to run out and let them know that the other Indians is coming. So they'll say, hey, oh, there goes spy boy. You go run and say, yeah, chief, this is how then the two chiefs, once the spy boys spot each other, they link up and they talk their stuff, then they run back to the chief. And the spy boy's job is to let them know if the chief gonna accept him passing through and come and talk. So if the chief let's send a spy boy, yeah, he gonna meet with the other chief, then the chiefs meet up in a circle and they do their thing. There's a whole big to do. You would have to see the whole thing to really know how this thing go. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So one last thing. New Orleans has a mixture of cultures: Spanish, Indian, French, Haitian. You got a whole melting pot down there. And you told me, you said the richest black people lived in New Orleans of that era.
Yeah, in the early era, yeah, the black folks out of Treme, they had some money, man. But then you know the culture of slavery was a little different down here as well. See, a lot of these rich folks had their plantations, but they wasn't coming to market and bringing their goods. They would send the slaves to market. Yeah, take this down there. So it was you would see them roaming the streets. You know what I mean? So like the slave, they could roam the city. They come in the city. They go on the market. They're slaves, but they go on the market for their owner. You know what I mean? So they had a little as a slave. You know what I mean? They wasn't just all stuck on some plantation. They actually had jobs, like they went to work and then they came back home to the plantation. As weird
I
as that
got you.
is. And if
I
you
know
let me
y'all had one of
find
the
something,
y'all had one of the meanest insurrections in all of history.
oh yeah,
They
down the
cut them
bayou,
people's heads off.
down the river. I mean, they had a big setup where they all plotted up and they got a little ways, broke a few things out, but of course they got outnumbered, and somebody ratted, you know. Then they to scare the other slaves from doing it again, they chopped all of their heads off and put it on pikes and lined the river all the way up Destrehan. So just to scare people, but you know, they ain't scared too many. I mean, you know, our people resilient, brother. You ain't gonna just do one move and get rid of us. So,
Hey, y'all still got that woman mayor down there?
I think she out the door. We got another woman mayor. They actually elected a Spanish woman this time. You know, but I can say this: she was out Mardi Gras and she was out with the people, bro. She was at the parade
Look like you froze
that
up
we
there.
go to.
Okay.
If you look at Instagram, it's a young Spanish woman. You look at Instagram, she on there hugged up with the people, taking pictures like she, you know, she with the culture. So we'll see what they do. You know what I mean? We'll see what they do. You know, it's still Mardi Gras going on. So as you see, it's a lot of people up and down the street still. I can walk down this a little bit and let y'all see some, you know, it's still going down, bro.
Live from New
You have not
Orleans,
left.
y'all.
Live from New Orleans.
In the dirty.
Yes, sir.
They left yet, brother. We still, they still out here, you know. You see people.
My third great grandma was sold to a
I'm
plantation.
gonna put it back.
You know. So you know, it's always live music somewhere. You can't go about a few feet till you run into something. You know, it's gonna be food. It's gonna be music. It's gonna be art. Different artists, street art, doing. I mean, you can go down on the corner and you see a bunch of people on the corner with typewriters, and they'll sell you a poem on the spot. Make up a poem for you on the spot.
Wow.
Write you a quick poem. They got the old school typewriters, and they click. You pay them, and they'll click out a poem for you.
Say the hustle
You
is
know what I
real.
mean?
Two
Yeah,
fat
man.
niggas.
So you down on Decatur Street. What's that address on
Yeah, I'm
Decatur
on
Street?
Decatur. I'm on
Decatur.
Decatur. I'm 1303 Decatur is my address. Hey, and hey, Donnie, I didn't even tell you this, but I just got this building next door too, the one on the corner.
What?
So I got
I
this
need
building too now. And with this
what?
building, yeah, bro. So with this building, with the plans for this building, I'm doing a whole health and wellness convenience store there. So we're gonna have all the natural cures. We're gonna have natural soaps and sea moss and natural detoxes, stuff to get the aluminum and parasites out your system. A whole vegan bakery. Uh, man, you name it. All health and wellness is
Why
called.
you a vegan, bro?
You know, I ran into a little health scare, and the way I cured it, because the doctors didn't seem to know how to do it. They knew, but they wasn't telling me. You know what I mean? And I got it from Dr. Sabi. He was saying that the animal blood was corrupting my blood. Stop eating animals, eat alkaline-based fruits and vegetables, and I did. And after the thing I was suffering with for 2 years disappeared in less than 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
So I never ate meat again.
Mm-hmm.
Then
There
I
you
ran
go.
into another issue to where I had nowhere to eat. And when I did eat places, I didn't like what they was giving me. So I was like, I could do better than this. And now the people saying I did do better than that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right.
So that's what kicked it off.
Excellent.
You know what I mean? But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this corner is gonna be it's called the green spot New Orleans. So it's gonna
Okay.
be all healthy green stuff. Like I say, bath soap, alternative toothpaste, hair care products, uh, alternative natural medicines, some of the old school stuff, the detoxes, the wormwoods and
Mm-hmm.
green hull, black walnuts and cloves.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. And with the binders, we got bentonite clay and oh
Mm-hmm.
man, charcoals and all kinds. We got a lot of different stuff. Silica water that get rid of aluminum out your system, liver detoxes and all
Yeah.
natural herbal detoxes and stuff. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean?
Yeah.
So there's nowhere you can get this stuff. I could say it's almost nowhere you could get it anywhere. But it's definitely nowhere you can really get it in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
That's convenient, you know.
Yeah.
I
No,
sell
that's
it in my
great.
store. I sell a lot of it in my store, but this gonna allow me to carry a lot more. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Absolutely.
So I
congratulations.
have a space that's dedicated to that kind of stuff.
Good.
And
Good work.
one of my grandsons have autism, so
Mm-hmm.
I've been fighting that, trying to cure him of that. You know, they're saying that that's curable, and it's parasites and aluminum and all of this stuff. So that's what I've been fighting to cure, help with the natural cures. You looking for two fat vegans? I'm sorry, I seen y'all looking too. I'm right here. I'm sorry, man. I saw y'all looking around too. Yeah.
Go get
So
that business, cuz.
yeah, man.
Very
Big
good.
winner,
Very
man.
good.
People love the food, man.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
It's always in there.
Hey man, how long you been down with Be More News?
Oh man, Donnie, how long? When we started this thing in '06 or something, almost 20 years ago now. 20 years ago, brother. We kicked this off 20 years ago.
First
TV on the
project we
web
worked
and
on
all
was
kind of stuff. Yeah. Politics '06.
well, it's politics. It's politics 26 now, cousin.
Oh, politics 26 now, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. That's a good thing, brother.
So what kind of things you found that can help with the
Yep. All
autism?
right.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. So,
you said something
all
about
right.
autism. What did you find that helped as far as eating
Get over here right quick.
with autism?
Yeah, bro. That's been 20 years we've been doing this thing.
Corey, he had another question for you.
Okay.
I was trying to ask you, what kind of foods did you find that kind of help with children with autism?
Food. I haven't dived into the food yet. It's been mostly the water and the detoxes that
Okay.
get rid of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But diet is important too with most kids with autism. They they only want to eat certain things. The parasites in them only want certain things.
Right.
They'll fight
Right.
you on that, right?
Right.
So it's dumb stuff too, like Pop Tarts and ramen noodles and weird stuff that's bad for you anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
So and they fight. Kids with autism, they just won't eat if you don't give them that stuff. So it's a battle, you know what I mean? You
Mm-hmm.
gotta do it in sneaky ways to sneak it into their diet. I know when I first had my grandson here for the summer, I tried to give him something other than Gatorade, right? So I said,
Mm-hmm.
well, I put the juice in the Gatorade bottle and had the color to it like the Gatorade. That boy took one sip, and pushed that thing away, bro. I said,
Right.
it ain't no fooling him. And it had a fruity taste to it, so I didn't know why. I said, dang, he know. You know what I mean? He not going for it. But you have to fight through that and stick to that diet, man. That's the only thing that's gonna make these kids get healthy, bro. They gonna fight you on it though. You know what I'm saying? They gonna fight you on it. They not gonna want more. They not gonna want that. But like anything else, nobody wants the healthy stuff. So if I wasn't forced to do it, I probably wouldn't have did it myself. You know what I'm saying? I had health issues. It was probably either do that or lose my leg. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
I didn't want to lose my leg, so of course I went with it, and it opened up my. You know,
Yep.
I couldn't imagine not doing it now. It made me look at food in a whole different way. Look at the healing properties of it. Also, it made me, look at the things that's purposely being put in it to destroy you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So people don't want to hear that. You know,
It's true though.
things purpose. I'm setting this door. What's up with you, brother?
Corey, we're gonna get back to the show, but we
Look,
thank you for joining us, man.
Look, Donnie, I was just telling you how this is a band city. You see my man? He got the instrument on his back. You know what I'm saying? He about to go play. My man, he about to go get busy. Yeah, brother.
Peace.
Excellent.
What's up with y'all?
Yeah,
Right.
man.
Make sure y'all
Right.
follow Keep It Rolling Brass Band, man.
Keep it rolling, brass band, brother.
Check out our music. Streaming on all platforms right now. Walking Like a Dog. Check
Walking
that
like
out.
a-
See what I'm
Right.
saying? It's a
Yep.
musical city, brother. You can't go far. Them boys get busy too. All
Yes.
right, brother. Appreciate y'all, man.
All right now.
Yeah, brother. They get
Pleasure
busy
now.
over here. They ain't playing no games.
Yeah.
They got them instruments on their back. They walk you when you hear, you see it.
We
Yes,
know
I
the
sir.
don't
one.
know too many cities where the people walk around with their instruments in hand. They ready to bust it at any moment. They also
Yeah,
actually
no.
walking. They not walking
No.
to a club either. They gonna go play outside on the corner.
No, we know New Orleans now.
Yeah, it's on the corner. The people party in the street around here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bro.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
Good,
man.
good, good.
A lot going on, brother.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Baltimore is my second home. I can't wait to get back up there. Hey, how you doing? What's happening with you? Thank you. You saw that, right?
He's on and popping.
Thank you. Them cookies and cake doing it too, man. That's part of it, man. That's our award. You get some of that credit. That's
I
my
was
girl who she make vegan desserts for me, brother. She live around the block. All right. You too. Yeah, man. She make man. This girl is awesome when it comes to desserts, brother. She
Corey,
make my
thank you for all
cookies and
that you have
stuff.
done to help our network. This man sent us halfway around the world. We
Oh
were in
yeah.
Ethiopia, Tanzania, because of this cat right here, covering news. Be More News with video. With
video. Went down there and sat down and talked to Pete O'Neill, brother, Black Panther, brother, been exiled since '68, huh?
Yeah.
Went to
In
Ethiopia,
Tanzania.
Ambo Town, and all of that stuff, man. Yeah, my uncle, he just got back. He went to Kenya. So he wanted me to go with him, but I'm kind of tied up right now, but I will be there before the end of the year. I'll be back out there.
Oh, I'll be down in New Orleans first. I need me some combo. Corey, we got to get back to the show, man. We wanted to put a plug in for Two Fat Vegans because we ain't got nothing but love for you, kid.
Thank y'all, brother. Y'all be safe.
All
Daddy,
right.
I'll be in Detroit tomorrow. Carissa Shield fight, the boxing match. I'm going to the D, brother.
All right.
Well, he's in Detroit. You got to
I'm up
see
there.
how you going to Detroit?
I'm going to Detroit to see Carissa Shields fight tomorrow.
Come out and
Well,
holler
but
at me.
this your contact right here, Hannibal.
Oh, man. Yeah, I got to holler at you, bro. I'll be
Yes,
there
sir.
tomorrow.
All right now. Just hit me up. Johnny, give you my number.
Okay, I'll get there tomorrow evening.
You got to
Okay.
go by his stove. He got a
Yeah, I
stove.
got to go check you out. I got to come support, brother.
Yep. So
Definitely.
just you in here tomorrow evening. Just I think we close before 10 o'clock tomorrow night. Well, tomorrow's Friday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
11 o'clock. If you in before 11, I got you.
Oh, yeah, Man, I'm gonna swing on you, brother. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
All
You know,
right,
we can't let you go somewhere and not know where to go.
oh man, you know that.
You take care of me when I come to New Orleans. He gonna take care of you when you get to Detroit.
Right. You know what we say in
You
New
gotta learn.
Orleans?
Hey, look, you gotta learn this before you get there. You gotta learn this. Watch this. What up, though?
Yeah, I already know. I'm about to tell you. We say wine, they say what up, dude. Hey, check this out, Donnie. Come here, Joe. Check this out, Donnie. There's a club around the corner, right? And I got my nephew in there. He running the kitchen over there now. It's a takeover
Hey,
right
now.
here. Let me get in the light and let him see his thing. And he don't sell vegan food. The name of his company is Shrimp It Up. See what I'm saying?
Shrimp it
Look
up.
on his shirt. Shrimp It Up.
There it is.
See his hat?
Awesome.
Shrimp It Up. My
Yes, sir.
nephew, bro. Got him right around the corner, brother. You know how
Excellent.
we do, man. Like, you can't open that. If you we ain't no gatekeepers, brother. You open that door for us, we gonna hold it open for the next one. That's
Yeah.
how
There
we
you
do
go.
Yeah.
it. We gonna hold it. You crack that door. You crack that door. We look back and say, "Come on, y'all."
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Yes,
brother.
Good deal. Good deal.
I'll see you in Detroit tomorrow, brother.
sir.
No
I
doubt.
will make the connection.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, thank
All
you,
right.
big brother.
All right, y'all
Pleasure.
take care, bro. I'm gonna
Pleasure,
get back
brother.
in here.
All right.
All right, peace.
Peace.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
You got a ton of comments over here, Hannibal.
There's a lot of them coming in. You know, good thing we got a chance to see the diversity of, get to see how New Orleans is. But I was really we just had a conversation the other day.
Copper quarters.
I need to get myself down there. I never been there, so I need to get down there and see what it's about.
My people.
Man, the ancestors be screaming at you. Soon as you get there. I heard the ancestors screaming. You feel them, bro. You feel the ancestors there.
You do.
Yeah.
You do.
They hollering at you. Whoa, hey, what's up?
Oh, hey, yeah.
40.
I know that when Katrina happened, a lot of people from New Orleans came to Detroit. So that's when we first had interaction with a lot of them from New Orleans. It's cool cats down there.
Genuine people. That's what it reminds me of Baltimore. Some authentic people. Genuine. No airs. I'm saying this across the board, but a very genuine city.
I'm thinking about to leave the website, our Heritage Hub up for people. If anybody interested in want to know how their family and what tribe they come from, I can help you guys out. And I help you personally with your own research. So it's going to be just give me one or two people that can go to my webpage at ourheritagehub.com. Leave me a message and the name of the family and give me some information on the people, like when they was born, where they was born, and what ideas of what tribe you think they is. And I'll get back with you with the information of what I find. So that's something that I want to help people out. And then maybe in the future, I can hold some classes and show people how to do their ancestry genealogy. I see some comments coming in. See, my family great-grandfather was born and raised in New Orleans, but he was a Pawnee, indigenous to the Kansas area. Yeah, a lot of them, you got Oklahoma. If anybody know about geography, Kansas is next to Oklahoma. That's what they call that Tornado Alley out that way. And a lot of them tribes made their way east as well, into Tennessee, Kentucky, and stuff like that. And even in Alabama, a lot of the Kansas tribes was even in Coosa, Alabama as well. So my site is calling me, put it up for everybody to see. Give me 1 second. It's called ourheritagehub.com. Give me 1 second. Yeah. So how your day was today, Planet?
Good. Good. Just getting back from all the power outages and all that. We're trying to get it back online, everything.
Okay.
But good, good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just putting the website in the chat for people to see real quick. So it should be in the chat right now. Anybody see the comments? Yeah. Yeah. So I talked to Mafia today. He should be coming in. You get a chance to talk to Horace?
No, I tried them. Didn't get anything. Must be on the road or something.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure he'll get back to us when he's free.
Okay, I put it up. It's in the chat, the name of the website, you guys. Yeah, so this week, this has been a good birthday for me, Tuesday,
Yeah, that's right.
Things still changed up, and I'm expecting things to be very good. We had 9,500 views, so things did look up for us.
Mm-hmm.
It was a bunch of dust storms in Kansas, and our people couldn't farm, so they were forced to leave those areas. Yeah, I remember that, learning about that in history. Well, that's out there on what they call the prairies, right?
Mm-hmm.
The flatlands and stuff. And you had a lot of like I was trying to tell people when so-called Trail of Tears happened, the natives went out to Oklahoma, and a lot of them went to Kansas as well. And they was on lands that was indigenous people was there as well. So it was conflict of interest by moving tribes west.
Mm-hmm. Well, one of the things is that a lot of people feel like indigenous and primitive go together, right? And then primitive is perceived to be uneducated, right?
Right.
And so hence indigenous is perceived to be uneducated. But yet, when you see these mounds, right?
Right.
And you see these pyramids, right? That are connected in a highly scientific and mathematical way to the stars and the movement of the heavens, right? So we just went past a major eclipse, right? And if you find like a pyramid, there's one I think in Chichen Itza, right, where on the eclipse, in the solstice and what have you, a snake, a shadow of a snake goes all the way down the pyramid.
Yeah, down the
Now,
stairs. Yeah.
to me, that's extremely evolved mathematics and calculations and science,
Right,
and astronomy and magic to pull that off. Yeah.
yeah.
So
There's a
you have
couple.
to reevaluate what you perceive primitive to be and what you perceive indigenous to be.
Right. There's a couple more sites that we haven't discussed on the show that came to my mind when you're just speaking. There's a place, I think, in South America somewhere where it's only visible from the sky, where you can just see like animals and stuff, like, you had to fly over it. So and these is big things, like they just laid the rocks out and made lines in the ground. I forgot the name of the place, but
it's in
Nakal or something like that.
well, that's Tikal.
Tikal.
That's where the pyramids are.
Okay.
You're talking about the Nazca lines.
Nazca lines.
Yeah.
Right. And they got like monkeys and all types of animals. And some people speculate that some people was flying over to see these things. Yeah. You know, so you
And
have
you
to be
know,
very smart for that.
you know that they're showing their connection with nature.
Right.
You know, and so when people label them as primitive and uneducated and this, that, and the other, right? They're trying to belittle that so that you don't put your attention on the natural,
Right.
right? But it seems to me that that was actually a higher octave of understanding of the cosmos.
Right.
So it's tricky, but you know that's the focus of the education.
She said, "This is personal." Here, say, my grandma's grandma on her dad's side was from Edisto Island, arrived in Arkansas via steamship in the 1800s. My grandmother and her then moved to Oklahoma.
Mm.
My people come from down there at Edisto Island. My paternal line got that the last name. Well, we say Edison. They took the T out and put an N on it. But you got the Uchis, the Natchez, and the Edisto, all under the Coosa, ancient Coosa. So you just look up Edisto, Coosa, and Natchez Indians together, then you'll see in South Carolina the history. Right? Yeah, that's enough information there. Edisto, Natchez, and Coosa, because you'll see the Natchez coming out of Mexico and coming around the Gulf of Mexico and coming into Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, into the Carolinas. Yeah.
No, that's powerful.
Yeah, that is powerful. And then she's saying the steamships. So you think these steamships, you got to think about like I'm thinking about the Cherokee chief, Chief Van. He had steamships, so it might have been him taking them over there to Oklahoma. Yeah, and there's a lot of islands
Okay.
that go that way.
Amazing.
Amazing. So, you know, you had a lot of people that, what they call them, marshes and the swamps or whatever down that way. A lot of people escape, you know what I'm saying? They say we can't swim, but we can swim, definitely.
No. Swim for your life.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Okay.
Very, very in depth, I feel.
I'm researching the Jordans now. Yeah. So back in Alabama, my people was enslaved by a guy named Reuben Jordan. He's like one of the first white settlers to come into Coosa, Alabama. And he is in a court case with Chief, what's his name? Or Tustanugi Huckey or Chief McIntosh of the Lower Creeks. So when you talk about the Jordan family, you in later times, like the 1830s, 1840s, they dealing with the Creeks. In the 1600s, they dealing more with the Powhatan, and they're in Virginia in that time. In late 1800s, they're in Alabama. That's why I know about that Jordan family, because that Jordan is connected to us. So you out there in Big Bomb Baby, were you out in Oklahoma? Did you go out there? Did your ancestors go out there with the Creeks? Oh, you can. Let me see. I'm gonna put the link to the. You know, the Parsons and Tavis Rolls is free, so I'll put the link in the chat real quick, and you can look up the native names and the surnames. But you got to know the names of the towns. That's the key thing. Know, like if you know in Alabama where your people come from, and especially the county, just remember and whatever county they come from. Because Alabama got the names in Indian names for the towns there. So you'll be able to locate your family that way. So I put the Parson and the Tavis Rolls into the chat real quick for everybody. Yeah, but it's several roles. That role right there is important to those who stay behind, put it that way. Because those who stay behind got land allotments, and those people are on the Parsons and Abbott's roll. So I'm trying to find a roll where you can just actually go to it. I think it's on Roots Web or whatever, but I will put it in the chat for everybody to see. I don't want to just keep searching and we have there. I like the fact that the guy we was talking about, he's opening up one of the welding stores. One of my cousins.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Yeah, one of my cousins
Absolutely.
in Detroit here. He got a one of them herb stores, and he sell water right there on where he at. He on Puritan and the Lodge Freeway. That's where he's at. No. All right, so I'll put it up. I'll make sure I put in the conversation here that Parson and Abbott's role, so everybody can go see that. So Wagner, Oklahoma, that's where the creeks are. That's where my family is at. So a lot of us in Coosa, Alabama is kin to those in Wagner and Porter, Oklahoma. So a lot of you guys come from the towns like Sakapatoy and Kellington, Nicksburg, Wacoka, Wagufka, and stuff like that. Tallahassee or Tallahassee and stuff like that. So I know I'm for sure that people in Wagner, Oklahoma, Wagner, Porter, and Hennessy, Oklahoma. Them three places. They connected to us. My family has Hannibal at Big Mama Bay. We used to have Jones and Jordan's family reunions when I was a kid in North Carolina. Yeah, it's a as far as the North Carolina Jordans, it's I think that the native lady name is Helena Jordan. She was she's the Indian. That's her name, Helena Jordan. So if you could connect to her in North Carolina. Yeah, and I think she was, I can't remember what tribe, but I know that's her name. Yeah. But you see, just like this, like with me, it's like easy to remember the surnames and places and tribes, you know. These colonizers would hoodwink certain Indian agents one another. Yeah, I think it was some of that hoodwinking going on, but like we discovered, it was a lot of sellouts among the tribes too. It was those inside that was greedy and thinking about self in their own circle.
No doubt. Had to be.
It's in Bruton. What county is hold on. What county is this city in Alabama? Because it's you can look up tribes in East Alabama. It's a PDF on Google that lets you know the tribes that's left there. The guy who did his name Don something. He did an awesome work to let you know the Indian. It's called the Indian Tribes of East Alabama. I think that's what it's called, and it lets you know by county what tribes is there and what the names mean. Yeah, Tallahassee. Yeah, that's down in like Elmore County, and then those natives who left from running from out of Alabama into Florida made Tallahassee, Florida. So Tallahassee is first in Alabama, second in Florida, and third in Oklahoma. So it should be like a Tallahassee or a Tallahassee in Oklahoma as well. Okay. My third great grandfather was born in Dinwiddie, Virginia. He was one of the free inhabited Nesman County. Yeah. So the Marburys, the ones who enslaved my families, was in Dinwiddie, Virginia. Some of my kin left out of Alabama and went there for some reason. I got to find out that. But I know Nesman County, that's where, when I talked about the Harrises, the Gibsons, and all them, they're amongst that Nesman tribe there. Okay, I see. So if you really want to know, like, Black Indian history, is Alabama. Alabama got it. Holgate's Connaught County, okay, for sure. Yeah.
Williams, Virginia.
He correct too.
Mm-hmm.
You got Pamunkey, you got the Atkins family. I know that in there. Yeah. So just remember these surnames that we're talking about, the families. So that's where you see that Kemoga.
Mm-hmm.
Kemoga is a Shawnee word.
Okay.
That's Shawnee. So that's where my people at. And you see where it says Coosa River, Coosa.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we come from, around that way. And then you see up there about it where it say to the Tennessee River. That's where the Cherokee came in. That's like up there by Gaston in Etowah County up there. The Cherokee took that over with Andrew Jackson, and then came south into the upper creek towns, like where it say Coosa River or Chillicothe. Chillicothe today is called Sylacauga. That's Sylacauga.
Mm-hmm.
So Sylacauga and Kemoga are both Shawnee words. So that let you know is a group of Shawnee came there with Tecumseh.
Tecumseh's people, yeah.
Tecumseh's people amongst us. So my third great grandmother, she got 3 land allotments. One with Kemoga in Mathala, one with Tawa Fixico, and another one named Arginar. And I never could find out who Arginar is. Arginnar. But I know that these are the three land allotments tied to us. I know one of them is Kemoga is a Shawnee one. Tawar Fixico is a creek one tied to the mines, the tin deposits and stuff like that. So yeah, when you learn about Alabama's natives, you'll start learning your what's the word? Your destiny or what your family own. Like certain like the Hadjos and the Fixicos own like the tin. You know, when DeSoto came there, he thought he saw silver, but it was actually tin and graphite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Good to see you, Lindell.
Yeah, good to see you. So you see where it say Upper Creeks right there. You got Cherokee, you got Upper Creeks, that's us. You got Coasati, that's more like I think that's more like Top Cats and all them.
Okay.
You know, that's with us as well. Then to the lower right, that's Georgia going into the lower creeks. Then you got the Alabamas. You know, the Alabamas is part of the Upper Creeks as well. So the Alabamas, Coasati, Upper Creeks, they had a decent relationship from what I learned. I know that the Coasati, they did have a decent relationship with the lower creeks too, but we was all family anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you got the Chickasaws and Choctaws. You know, they was family as well too. These were the first to go to war with the English port Confederacy: Appomattox, Williamsburg, Erahatic, Pamunkey, Chickahominy, Nesman, Noto, Nottoway, and Monaco. I know about the Chickahominy. I know about the Nesman. I know about the Nottoway, because I know my mother's mother, her people come from Cruz, Nottoway, Virginia. I know about the Pamunkey. The Pamunkeys in Virginia and in Maryland. Okay. So I know the Appomattox is like with the Rappahannocs and the Susquehannocks and stuff like that. You know, remember, like it's easy to kind of learn what these words mean. You notice that you got the Monacan with Mona on it. So you notice that got to do with like people, you know, people of, or you know what I'm saying, like Mona Succapone is people of the Blackfeet, or Mona Khan, or Mona Khan is people of what Khan means. Yeah. It's a lot of questions coming in. There's a lot of comments. It's a good thing. Much love to you too as well.
Absolutely.
We wouldn't be nothing without you guys. And this is a good map right here.
Mm-hmm.
So 1650, so this is like 31 years after James, so-called the first arrival of the 20 and odd. This is like 1650. It's like 20 some years before the English take over the Carolinas and Florida. So this is about the time the Spanish has it.
Okay.
Has that coast, you know what I'm saying? And then if you notice the names of the tribes there, like where it say, if you look at Florida, where Florida and Georgia comes across, you see that word it say Tamacans and the Tamakan chieftain.
Yeah.
And a little bit north of there, that's where the Yamasee come from. And you see the word Guale sits right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people conjecture say that Guale tribe is the Gullah tribe. That they didn't come
okay.
from Angola, and that they actually was this tribe here. And then the Spanish had a fort there, so something called Santa Catalina de Africa Day there. It's called St. Catherine's of Africa. It's like a monastery or some type of church there.
Mm-hmm.
And back in that time, like 1650s, around that time. But then if you look, if you keep going up, they was around this place. You know, you see where the Choctaw are in Oklahoma?
Mm-hmm.
You see there?
Mm-hmm.
So this is, it's good to look at maps like this. Then he's like with me, I'm gonna ask myself, why they out there? Why they out in Oklahoma with the Osages? And I know the Osages was at beef with everybody coming out there. So them coming out there is some ancient fight. You know what I'm saying? Going on with Trail of Tears, I mean. Trail of Tears happened, 1830s. Here's a map, circa 1650, 200 years later. Around 200 years later. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then, look up there and say vacant quarters. It ain't vacant up there. That's where the Sioux is at. That's where, what's his name? Little Bighorn. Remember the Battle of Little Bighorn? And
right.
That's where all that took place up there. When they killed the buffaloes and all that type stuff. Right.
No, there was people all over.
So Hannibal got me pulling out a bitch. Yes, that's a good thing too. It's a lot of good information and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Like keeping up track with your family and who you are. Little tidbits. Like my mother's father. We did, only seen him one time in my life, and I seen him like a couple months before he passed. I think I was about 4 years old.
Mm-hmm.
But he left tidbits, with his father, and his father left tidbits about being in a Company B. Anybody know what Company B out there in Oklahoma is? That's the Buffalo Soldiers and stuff like that. So you had a lot of natives that was part of the Buffalo Soldiers as well, out that way.
Right. No, fascinating.
The AA, okay, so somebody talking about Mr. Perry there, the AOOY chromosome is only found in the Yucatan. It's the mound builder burial remains. So if anybody know about the Yucatan and southeastern Native Americans, you talking about Muskogee people. That's what you're talking about there. You're talking about Mayan, the ancient Mayans in the Yucatan, and then you're talking about Muskogee people.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're talking about them Miccosukee people or Hitchiti speaking people.
Mm-hmm. Coming up all the way from the Yucatan, yeah.
And
the old man.
And anybody know if like how you're looking at the map right there, anything going south is the Yucatan.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be right at the Yucatan there. So it wasn't just traveling, just getting in a little boat or getting in your canoe and just traveling. It's a lot of questions, a lot of conversations. There were well over 500 indigenous nations in the hemisphere prior to, yeah. And I would say even more than that. I would say it's probably thousands of them, you know, because we just talk about, like, for Alabama, we just say Cherokee, Creek, Muskogee, Cherokee, Creek, Choctaw, Chickasaw, maybe Seminole, but it was way more than that. Hundreds of them that was there. You know, that was just the banner they was put under. Okay.
Right.
Yes, sir. Found ancestors that were with the USCT, U.S. colored troops. Yeah. Right. But if you notice, like, these maps, you know, see when you get up there towards, what's that, Tennessee, Ohio, you see the Uchis and see Cherokees sitting up there with them. So the Cherokee basically invading, because Cherokee comes all the way from up in Michigan. So it's different bands of them. And they ain't just invading, they fleeing their own people too. The Haudenosaunee, the Iroquois Confederacy. You know, because that Iroquois Confederacy wasn't no joke. They was against their own too. And when they needed that land, they was taking it from their own as well. You know? Yeah, this is a good map here. It names a lot of names, like the Wakamas, and, you know, you got the Saponis and the Monacans. You know, a lot of Saponis in North Carolina. You got the Petey's and the Casabo. You see Casabo there? That's Coosa.
Okay.
You know, see Cusabo, see Coosa in the beginning? Yeah. You see Hitchiti. So all these Coosa, Hitchiti, Muskogee, you got Alabama, all that's the same people group. Because Coosa was a chiefdom, a kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that all the tribes is under one, like the United States, like all the states. You know, like, that's how Coosa was.
Got you.
Yeah. Then the Coosa changed it to the Abika or the Natchez, and then you get the lower creeks and the upper creeks later on.
Hey, Hannibal, I'm gonna test your metal. You ready?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna take you a little further south.
Okay.
You mentioned the Yucatan. We're not quite there. At a piece of it, but not quite there. Okay. You know any of these names here?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know, like that Hidalgo. I got like DNA matches over there to the left. To the left is gonna be I see the Toltec. To the left will be Aztecs, and to the right gonna be Mayan. The ones on the left, the Aztecs, they was vicious, boy. They was they really did a number on us. That's why we just fleeing out of there. Right. And you see where Guatemala is, Honduras, El Salvador, all that's Mayan. You know, they got, you know, in New Orleans, you see that right there on the, where's that little orange? You see it say Mexico, what does it say, Zapotec? Anybody see that Zapotec?
Yep.
I think Zapotec, I think that got to do with zapatos or something. That means shoes or something like that. And then you got in New Orleans, they got Zydeco, some type of Zydeco.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's all got to do something together.
Here go a different one.
Oh, yeah.
That's a little harder to read, but it's got more of the Yucatan in there.
Yeah. So that's how they fled up out of there. They went west, come north, northwest, and then came around the circle, like counterclockwise to get back over to the Carolinas and Georgia. That's how they was traveling. Then if you want to find Chichen Itza, that's going back to the right. Veracruz is not that far over there. That's why when we talk about the Yucatan, we talk about Veracruz, Veracruz. And that's where they found the Olmec heads as well, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah. La Venta.
What's the name does it? He does awesome work on that. Dr. Ivan Van Sertima.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he throws it down.
Yeah, he throws out on that one.
So over in the blue, it's got the Mayans.
Yeah.
The pink is the People Kingdom. And you said Zapotec, that's the lime green. The dark green is Zapotec Kingdom. The pink is Takusa. Something similar.
Yeah. So you're gonna get your ass, them Aztecs are gonna come out of that pink and be going into like Texas and Colorado and stuff like that.
Mm.
When you see how they go all the way up to Washington, Oregon, and up into where Alaska is going up more north that way.
And so let me just throw this out there. They call this Mesoamerica.
Right.
And if you notice at the top, they call where we are Arito America. Arito America. Never saw that before.
Yeah, that Arito America, that's gonna be Mexico.
Right.
That's gonna be Mexico right
That's
there.
Mexico, yeah.
And if Jamaica is like if you get up north and to the right corner of that yellow, Jamaica and Haiti is going that way. And then you got Alabama and up that way too. So a lot of people don't know that a lot of Jamaicans went to Mexico for work. That's why a lot of there's some food similarities between the Mexican dishes and Jamaican dishes because they used to transfer the cultures together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
So I'm Big My Bay talking about some pecan trees. I see. That's so America is the only brown, but it is this ain't, huh? Yeah, so you know that Muskogee Creeks have Mesoamerican ties. That's what the Hichiti is, or Ichisia. That's what that is. That's the Mayan or the Itza. When Itza is Chichen Itza, the people of Itza.
It's yeah.
Yeah, that's where the Natchez people brought that up with them into Alabama. There was a priestly class of them that wore white feathers and the metal things, and
Fascinating.
yeah, really is. Yeah, the more and more I dive into it, the more and more I learn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, but just north of that blue, you're going into Florida and all that type stuff. See, Alabama and up there, Chichen, it's Maya.
Yeah, yep.
That's what I was thinking about, that Tenochtitlan. That's over there where the Nazca lines is, right?
Say that again.
You see where it say Tenochtitlan over there to the left under the word Mesoamerica?
Yeah.
Tenochtitlan.
Mm-hmm.
That's over there where them Nazca lines is, I believe, over that way. But I know that's where Chichen Itza, that's where the Mayans come from. That's where that blue dye. They was looking for the blue dye for the sacrifices down there, so they went north to Georgia to get it.
Yeah, I thought the Nazca was further south, like going towards Peru, but I'm not
going
sure.
towards Peru.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe is it another culture down there that got a similar name to this? Maybe. I'm sure you probably. I'm for sure that you're correct. But you see the Caribbean islands where they actually are. You guys see the tip of Florida over there.
Mm-hmm.
You see it's just a hop, skip, and a jump. The tip
right.
of Florida. And if you go to the west a little bit and go on the other side of Florida, that's Georgia and Alabama and Louisiana is over there.
Watch this. You're going to like this one. Bam. Oh, it wouldn't go. You can share the, what? I got to get rid of some stuff. I was on a roll.
Yeah, Nazca Lines is northern Peru.
Northern Peru.
Up that in that desert up there. Mm-hmm.
So when it's going down, that's the little northern Peru is the west coast of South America, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's a good one right there. And they taught them, you see the Toltecas, you know, I think they even claimed them to be part of the ones in South Carolina. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You see the Aztecas, you see it?
Mm-hmm.
So they were the most dominant over that way. Then you got the Omacas or Omac.
Mm-hmm. They right in the middle of it.
Right in the middle.
Pyramids on both sides of them.
Yeah.
And the Olmec go way back.
Yeah. Totonaca. Okay.
Yeah, no, the maps is that's
it's
a deep research.
Yeah. That's the first time I ever heard that phrase, Gulf of Honduras. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Mayas. Yeah.
I hope a lot of our viewers is taking in this information so they can compare.
Research.
Research the tribes in South America with the ones in North America, compare them to the mound builders. It's all the same.
Correct.
You know what I mean? The culture comes from right out of this where the Olmec's at and flourishes both ways, to the west and the north and to the south and to the east. You know.
And meanwhile, you got other homies talking about, you know, they discovered America.
Yeah, they discovered something. They discovered
like there wasn't nobody over here.
Yeah. We're correcting the lies that have been taught to many of us through programming, through television, through miseducation. I don't know why anybody would try to hide these beautiful roots from people. And it's gotten so bad that some of us are the hardest ones fighting.
Mm-hmm.
I may have lost a friend because of this series, or maybe he wasn't a friend, or maybe, you know, he'll get it together. But, you know, he was throwing me some shade and some text, and it's like, come on, man. You got to respect where I'm at. You ain't got to be here, but you can't tell me what I got to believe.
Right.
I think
that's not a friend.
I think, Donnie, that we might need to look at this place she's talking about. I think it's called Chicora, with an A instead of a Y at the end, South Carolina. Right. So in that book called Lost Tribes and Promised Lands, they talks about this guy named Francisco de Chicora. I talk about him a lot.
Yeah.
This is the guy the native they took back to Ferdinand and Isabella from Chicora, from this place.
Oh, wow.
You know, I think, you know, we need to, I don't want to.
It'd be great to get a painting of that homie.
I think they got a painting when he went there, him and the other ones that went there. And it was like they was in the royal court. So I'm going to find that.
Mm-hmm.
But they all had afros. I know that.
Because, you know, in the royal court and all that kind of stuff, you know, in order to record it, they would paint.
Yeah.
Because, you know, photography wasn't on the set, you know.
And
they either paint or make a sculpture, you know, to commemorate, you know, the event.
Yeah. And I think his name is, they added the most famous Indian's name is Francisco de Chicora. And people, let's see who he said he was, his people were. And you see that name Austin, but the Black Indians spell it with one L, Alston. There's a lot of them in Oklahoma too.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the Europeans, surnames that we think is European, a lot of the natives have them names as well.
That's deep right there.
Right.
When you really think about it.
Yeah. It really is. You know, it all depends. I think it all depends on the tribe, the place, the situation, what was going on. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, certain places was more secluded, I guess. You know,
right.
Places more bustling, like New Orleans and Charleston was more bustling.
Who's this? Who's this,
your
Donnie?
boy Francisco de Chicora.
No,
okay.
That's the white looking one. Let me show you
Is
the one
there a black one?
Yeah, the one who I'm talking about is a Native American.
Okay. I got a Francisco Gordillo, but he was a conquistador, I'm sure.
Yeah, he was around that time too. Let me see, could I find him for us real quick?
Well, let's get Shorty out of here.
Yes, sir. Let's see. Chicora. Let me see, could I find him for us?
Chicora Wood.
He was kidnapped.
I didn't know that was a tribe. Chicora Wood.
Yeah. A lot of people use the word Cherokee for them. And De Leon got him and they kidnapped him in 1521.
Ponce de Leon?
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Or Alion. Alion. Or the one AYL, because De Leon is DELEON. The one Alion, AYYLLON. I think that's how they
different homie. Okay.
Different homie. They don't got a picture of Francisco de Chicora because this is back in 1521, but he was from that Chicora tribe in South Carolina. He was kidnapped in 1521. Hold on. I'm going to send it. Well, I'll send this to you, Donnie. Add this into the conversation. So people get a... That's from Wikipedia. Wikipedia tell you. I know a lot of people don't think it's factual because you can go in there and change it, but it give you an idea of who the person was and where some information you can go research more. Creeks are all over Alabama. My family are Sanders here, yeah. That's facts, Dr. Gable. When you say Creeks, you're talking about Muskogees or Hitchiti speaking, or people that speak the language, tribes that speak that language. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate you. Prayers back to you for you and your family, you and your loved ones.
You're right, Gregory English. I believe you. I'm going to give you one more, cousin. Oh, this from me?
Yeah, that was about Francisco.
I'm going to get that. Put it in the private chat.
Okay.
Please.
Yes, sir. Hold on, get it right. I ain't picking up like that. Were you able to get it?
The link didn't come through, but I'll do what you said.
I think he's a good one that everybody can do a study on, and then trying to cross-reference that book, Lost Tribes and Promised Lands.
Is there
Right.
photos that's supposed to be in this link?
No, just a story about them.
Oh, okay.
And it tells you what happened and where they took them and who he stand before, and reason why they went into Africa and quote unquote and got 600 slaves and they escaped in the PD River down not that far from Cape Fear.
Okay.
What's up, Ghost?
Yeah, he said I did 2 hours.
Yeah.
Come on with the gong, man. Come on with the gong. Francisco de Chicor. Planet, bring this into perspective. We've covered a lot tonight. We've talked to a lot of people. We've been to New Orleans or Nolans, Philadelphia. I know it had to feel good hearing a little bit of that northern accent, the New York accent, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you know
my
people from Louisiana, New Orleans, in fact, the Divergis family. Don't get it twisted, yo.
Yes, sir.
I called my father yo one time when I was 13. It did not work out well.
He did go for that one.
This is a local manufacturer, a young man that makes his own clothing brand here in Baltimore, Cashland.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Jonathan, he's been in business 25 years, making his own clothes.
Oh, excellent.
Supporting our own. That's a good thing.
Absolutely.
That's good. We got a lot of highlighting some entrepreneurs on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got what's the name of this place down there in New Orleans? Two Fat Vegans.
Fat Vegans
Yeah,
on Decatur
absolutely.
Street. Man, and let me tell you, I learned something about vegan food. It can last a little bit longer without refrigeration. So meaning I'm bringing some from New Orleans to Baltimore on the plane, and then throw that joint in the box when I get here, because I had to have it. It was that good.
Oh, man.
You could not have told me it was other than it not having shrimp, because I don't like people making up stuff, because they can do everything out here these days. But he's got a bomb vegan gumbo, and I love gumbo. I like the real gumbo, but I will eat
the
the
crawfish
vegan
gumbo and
the hamburgers and the hot dogs, man. The vegan joint, you wouldn't have known.
No, it's amazing.
Good food.
Amazing food down there. Amazing food.
Say some of the best food in the world.
Yeah.
BC83, just email it to me. And if you want to come on the show, we'd love to have you on here. And you know what, gentlemen, we have not even touched the fact, it was brought to my attention that one of the reasons, Night Crave, one of the reasons that the show did get a lot of hits is because of the controversy. And that's not what we come here for. I've never sensed that from either one of you. Now, I'm pretty certain that y'all will punch a cat in the mouth. I'm pretty certain of that.
The jibs.
Yeah, but I know that's not where you want to be, nor where I want to be. So all are welcome. Just bring respect. That guy called us out our names. And it was so, it's like a little boy compared to a grown man. Does a grown man stoop down to that level of a boy, of a child,
it was also
and of someone who, if they really understood the story, we'd be the last ones they'd be mad at.
No, it was very revealing of where he was at.
Y'all turned me on to Stevie Wonder's Key for Life album because of that show.
There
Probably
we go.
One of the greatest albums ever.
Yeah.
Up there with Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. Beethoven was a melanated man, by the way.
Yeah.
And deaf at the end of his career.
No,
We all throughout history, and we celebrate our history every day.
Correct.
Did y'all see Chevalier, the French swordsman?
Right. Yeah.
Oh my God, I love that.
Mm-hmm. We always been here.
Yeah.
We always been doing
any
stuff.
industry we touch, we master. Come on, we created it. And more than anything, I pray. You know, people tell me, I saw a guy said he had his young people watching the show. I pray more than anything that each one of us, that we pass these messages, pass these stories on to some younger people.
Absolutely.
And I don't think we're ever too young to learn or too old to learn.
His name literally means black warrior. Tuscaloosa. The word in Creek, Tuska means warrior, Lusa means black. That's in Muskogee. Tuscaloosa. Or Tuscanoogie, lusty, or black warrior. That's the two words together. And then when they shorten them together, they say Tuscaloosa. They say that's where the University of Alabama, where the college is there. Wow.
I know one of the biggest things I am reminded of on the show is to not let somebody else tell me who I am. You know, I was over at the White House. There's a young actress named Paige Hurd. She's known as DMX's goddaughter, and she has Latino and melanated roots. And it was Afro-Latino Day at the White House during the Biden administration. And during the interview, she and others spoke about how growing up, maybe New York City among places, having both melanated roots and then also Latino roots, and how one has to pick and choose where they talk about their lineage depending on the crowd. Almost a shaming. I remember when I did the first, I called it Black Indians back then, video, like at least 10 years ago. Some of the comments, and I've shared it before, some of the comments, some of the meanest comments were from other melanated people. Donnie, why you want to be Indian? Why you want to be anything but African? I remember that, the shaming. Who the hell are you to tell me who and what I am and where I come from? Who are you? You don't know me. I think everybody has the right to define itself, Planet.
I agree.
You are who you say you are. Just walk in your truth.
Absolutely correct.
Now, don't walk in a lie. If your great granddaddy was a $5 Indian, you shouldn't be going around telling nobody you know Indian.
Yeah, the truth is coming out now.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. Finally.
They lied about everything. French we said it.
That's the problem.
They lied about everything.
That's the problem.
Everything.
Exactly.
We gotta just forget everything we thought we knew and just start again. And that's what I pray personally that this show does. I think y'all are in the same mindset. We pray that we can open some minds and enlighten some people and, you know, encourage each other to look up some history. I mean, Hannibal, I think it's time we give him an honorary doctorate. They do it at them Bible colleges. People walk around, I'm Dr. So-and-so, I'm Dr. Jones.
I need to take my ass back to school and do it myself.
No, I'm talking about them fake doctors.
One of the fake doctors, huh?
$250. $1,250, you doctor.
Right.
Okay. If you say so. Yeah, but we got to write our story, and we need more writers. We need more people to write. And maybe you don't write a book, but maybe you write down your family's history.
More
and
people
share
to write.
Share it.
And to read, because we got a lot of information to find out, you guys. You know,
Absolutely.
it's in different, not just in English, and we got to read it in Spanish and French and other languages as well.
Use your AI. Use your AI.
Right.
And not just one AI. You should have 2, 3 AIs.
Yeah.
It's a deep time. Definitely.
Yeah. But we're going to do it, you guys. We're going to make way.
All right, Planet, let's go on home, big brother.
Okay. So one of the things is that I was saying earlier is that our ancestors built these incredible monuments. And, one that comes to mind is one in Chichen Itza, where on the equinox and the eclipses, they're aligned to the heavens, and they bring about these amazing feats of one the most common one is the one where the snake crawls down the side of the architecture. Yeah, the steps, and that's an incredible, when you just think of what type of intelligence, what type of knowledge of physics, mathematics, and astronomy, and architecture to be able to do that, right? They deem that very significant. So what it does is it charts time. It charts the movement of the heavens, right? So what has just passed on the 17th is a very, very hallmark event. And I would say from the ancient mind, it would be a feeling of the churning of the axis point, right? To shift in age. And so since we're living, we are part of that age. So we are all cosmically shifting into greater knowledge, into greater connection with nature and the cosmos. So with that, we'll take a few deep breaths, clean out the system. We want to send the energy for our sister who's in the hospital working through some flu stuff. Send
French
it right
Wheatley.
on. Yep, send it right on out there.
And anybody else.
And anybody else. And if you have something that is pinching you or some type of ailment in the body, you
Or
want to
ugly
take
mother-in-law.
you want to take the energy that you feel. It's a feeling thing because it's all invisible, and shift it to that area or send it to those people, because see, in the invisible world there's no distance. There's no distance. Yeah. So distance is only in the physical plane. But when you're talking about the invisible, so in other words, let's say for instance you had a son and your son was in Korea. Well, you can send it energy to your son via that invisible network that doesn't rely on distance. You know? So the way to do that is to connect with that stillness and that silence. We want to send this energy out to Horace Lee the Fourth,
Mafia Shakur.
Mafia Shakur, and all of our family that are with us and in this dimension and in a myriad of other dimensions. Right? They're all with us. So let's always remember them. And most importantly, remember yourself.
Remember who you are.
Gets them every time.
Big ups to the people in the chat. Big Ma Baby, our NASA, French Wee Wee, Feel Better, Dark Gable, the Amerindian, forgive me, Night Crave, BC 83, Gregory English, Amanda. We welcome all first timers. Please like and subscribe. I probably should say that a million times. I think it's a damn distraction, frankly. Deshaun Boy, we're here for the love, and the love keeps us going. Colt Boy, do stick around for after the show. There's a little something to stick around for. Did you see this one earlier? From KS95? Big Ma Baby. And anybody else that we miss. Hannibal, any final thoughts, big brother?
Just tune into Sunday. We're gonna have something else to talk about.
Can you put up the one with the ancestors on it? That was just there. Okay, so let's see what that actually means, right? So, where are the ancestors, right? And how can you get to them, right? So we just did a little experiment prayer meditation of the invisible, right? Right? No tricks, right? But that sound connected with the heart and sent that energy all out to the universe. Some people call it magic. I call it reality, right? So whether you have a loved one in prison, whether you have a loved one in the service, right, in some foreign country, right,
Psych ward.
psych ward, right, someone who you think you can't reach, go in the invisible world. Send that energy out there. These are the things that were taken from us, right? But this is who we are. This is why, our brother in New Orleans got the vegan thing, and everything is rolling and it's funky, and the music everywhere. This is us being us. It's time to get back to us. And
Plan,
I posit that that's what this new cycle is about.
well, planning on that note, can we just take a moment and think of the person or people who we want to put on the prayer altar? And can you hit the gong one time for
Yes, sir.
for all of the people that we have, deep feelings for, and we're praying for them? They might be, you know, they might be lost.
Absolutely.
I certainly know some, close and not so close. Really, just look out your window. This is for all the people who need a prayer, including myself. We'll be back Sunday at 8 p.m. Is that right, Hannibal?
That's correct, sir. 8 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be back.
I gotta agree with you, Doc Gable. The churches were working against us all the time. We already knew God, but it was that indoctrination, trying to get us to conform. The preacher was the first potential sellout in the Black community because they had a job to keep the rest of us in line. At least those who were in that plantation farm situation.
It was the only place where we could gather. The only place we were allowed to gather in numbers was the church. So we did everything we could to transform it, but some of us got
Don't it
lost
make
in
you
it.
want to go back in time, put the all black on, get the dirt bike, get the plastic wrap and the duct tape? Don't it make you just want to go back in time, be on the coast when all of that was coming up, just hit them with a surface to air missile. Boom.
Well, the future is brighter. I like to go that way.
Right.
I study the past, but my eyes is on the beautiful future that's ahead of us.
Yes,
I appreciate you, brothers, and I appreciate the people in the chat.
Absolutely.
That's much love, everybody.
Sunday, 8 p.m. Good evening, world.
Peace,
Thank you,
peace,
brother.
peace, peace.